Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to discuss current affairs of 9th February 2024. So first, we are going to see PDF of Delhi edition and we are going to pick out the important articles from our examination point of view. And after picking out of articles, I will be giving you like in how many dimensions you can think about that topic. And even we are interlinking with one subject with another subject also. So this interlinking of subjects is very important. And even I will be saying like in which topic that exactly that article will fits. And whenever there is any data or any case study that you have to note, I will make a note on that as well. So that this analysis will be helpful not only for your prelims but even for your mains. And what are the discussions that you are going to do here, that will be very important to write a very good mains answer. And as you all know that in UPSC, the ball game is to clear mains, not the prelims. Okay, so prelims you will be having the answers there itself, but just you have to identify which is the correct answer. But it is not in the case of mains. So you have to write continuously for 6 hours a day. Okay, morning 3 hours and afternoon session 3 hours. Continuously have to answer 40 to 44 questions in your examination. So in that examination, yes, this is a very tough, and you will be getting 7 to 8 minutes to answer a single question, and you have to answer in a multi-dimensional manner. So whenever you start your preparation, start thinking in this perspective. So if you start mains practice along with the prelims preparation, then you will be getting the good insights into the topic. Okay, and there will be high chance of clearing prelims and mains if you start your preparation integratedly. So this is the front page of Hindu, and I found nothing which is important from our front page. So you can just leave this front page of Hindu. And next is city page. So there is even nothing much important in this city page as well. You can move on to next states page. Yes, here you can see one article. Title says Sri Lankan Navy arrest 19 Indian fishermen. Title says that Sri Lankan Navy people, they arrested our Indian fishermen. So this article is very important. Let us try to see the dimensions. So this article is talking about fishermen issue. Okay, so it is talking about fishermen issue. So this article is important from your GS paper 2, and even we can connect with this GS paper 3. So in GS paper 2 we have international relations. Okay, we have international relations, and here we will be studying about India-Sri Lanka relations, and one more is India-Pakistan relations. So between this India-Sri Lanka and India-Pakistan, we have this issue called as fishermen issue. Okay, so it is very important. So fishermen issue is seen between India and Sri Lanka, and as well as India and Pakistan. So here one more dimension is you have to see map. So in map you have to see boundary line. You have to see boundary line. So in this boundary, again two types. First one is land boundary. So land boundary is also called as continental boundary. And second one is boundary in water, that is called as maritime boundary. So between India and Sri Lanka we don't have direct land boundary, we have maritime boundary. So there we have Park Strait. So what we have? Park Strait, and next one is Gulf of Mannar. Okay, so one more doubt that will come. Yes, on land we have a definite boundary and we have a fence. But you may ask me a question like what if how can we draw the boundary in water? So for this you have to know one concept. So this concept is called as UNCLOS. So UNCLOS is nothing but United Nations Convention on Law of Seas. So according to that, it will be giving some concepts like internal water, territorial water, territorial water, and also it will be talking about EEZ, exclusive economic zone. So in this international maritime boundary, we have to focus on this EEZ, that is exclusive economic zone. That means it is till 200 nautical miles. Okay, so it is till 200 nautical miles. So what is the meaning of this? So let me take another slide and let you know. For example, let us take this is so and so country and it is surrounded by water around. Okay, it is water around. So from this country till 200 nautical miles, so this area which comes under the jurisdiction of this country. Okay, they can do anything. Okay, so beyond this 200 nautical miles, this area will come under high seas. And this region is also called as international water. All countries have equal rights in this international water or high seas region, that is above 200 nautical miles. So what is the issue is you can go for fishing anything behind, okay, below this 200 nautical miles. So if you move back to the back slide, so this article is talking about fishermen issue. So here you have to know about this Pak Strait and Gulf of Myanmar. So especially in this India-Sri Lanka issues, so here Indian fishermen, they will be crossing this boundary. So this part is Sri Lanka, right? Here we have Pak Strait. And here we have Kachativu Islands also. Okay. So as well this dispute which is not new now. So Indian fishermen, especially from this Tamil Nadu region, they will be crossing this boundary and they will be entering into Sri Lankan waters. At that time Sri Lankan Navy people, they will be arresting Indian fishermen and they will be seizing our Indian fishermen boat. Okay, so in this context you have to know what is the history. What is the history behind this India-Sri Lanka fishermen? And the next one here is you have to know about what are the measures already taken by the government. By government of India, and you have to see what is the way forward. So all these are very important dimensions that you have to remember from this article point of view. And if you see here, one more dimension that I can say. Okay, so this is Pakistan, right? So this is territorial waters between India and Pakistan. Okay, so here especially Gujarat fishermen, they will be entering into Pakistan waters and they will be fishing. So here Pakistan police, they will be attacking this Indian fishermen who enter into Pakistan waters and they will be arrested. So one movie called as Tandale. Okay, so I saw the trailer of this Tandale movie. It is talking about Indian fishermen who are arrested in Pakistan. Okay, so after once this movie is released, so please watch that movie so that you will be getting clear-cut idea regarding what is the issue between India and Pakistan, especially regarding fishermen. Okay, so this is about this article and I hope you understand, right? Like how to read. So if you understand like how to read this current affairs, especially this article, please hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, and next topic it is about anti-encroachment drive turns violent in Uttarakhand town and about 30 people they got injured. So here this article is at most important, very important topic. Let us see the dimensions. It is talking about this article is talking about anti-encroachment drive. So first you have to know what is the meaning of encroachment. So what is the meaning of encroachment? So whenever you are entering into the place without permission, it is called as encroachment. So this encroachment is a very important problem in urban areas. Especially you will be seeing like encroachment of water bodies like lakes. Okay, just in overnight lake will be disappeared and you can see there is land, and after 1 week you can see the buildings or apartments they will be constructed on that. So this is a problem in urban areas, that is encroachment of lakes. And this one is because of this encroachment that leads to creation of slum areas. And you know that across this railway tracks you can see lots and lots of huts. Okay, they are seen. So this is also called as encroachment. So here you have to know about what is the present context, why this encroachment is in use. So actually anti-encroachment drive which conducted in Uttarakhand, especially to demolish madrasa. So what is this madrasa? Anyone, do you have idea about this madrasa? So madrasas are nothing but education institutions of Muslims. So in that madrasas, religious leaders will be there. So they will be teaching the students only Quran. Okay, so madrasa. So they want to demolish this madrasa. So violence erupted and that led to the injuring of about 30 people and even one got dead. So here you have to see many things like from GS paper to under polity and governance point of view. You have to see what will be the impact of this anti-encroachment drive. And even there is one ethical dimension from GS paper 4 also involved here. So you have to see that. So all these are very important topics and we are going to see this in detail now. So this is the first topic of notes. Okay. So here context says that at least 30 people they were injured in violent clashes. It is between police and locals in Uttarakhand state. So district administration officials they attempted to abolish illegal madrasa in this area, and because of that violence erupted. So we're talking about issues of encroachment. So what happens if you're going for encroachment? So you will be occupying the public place or public space, so that there is decreasing of public space which will be available. That means constriction. Constriction is nothing but decreasing of public space. As you all know that especially in urban areas, land is a very scarce resource. And if you are going for unplanned illegal structures, okay, then what happens? That will lead to decreasing of availability of the space. And now the pedestrians, they have to suffer because they have the very few space to walk. And this one is non-enforcement of strict regulations. So what are the regulations that are there regarding the ensuring of safety of these public places? If you're not imposing them, that will lead to the lots and lots of issues. And next one is there is lack of basic amenities. So areas which are coming out of illegal construction, we have lack of basic amenities like water, electricity, sewage system. Okay, so because of this, even that will lead to the health problems, increasing of breeding of mosquitoes, and mosquito borne disease will be increased. Okay, and contaminated disease will be increased. And this one is there will be also issue of law and order problem. So when we are coming up with unauthorized colonies, they face the issues of law and order. And even access of police, they get limited because of temporary structure and constriction. And this one is they will be also very much vulnerable to disaster like fire because of lack of proper amenities, and as well as water logging in rainy season because of lack of proper drainage system or sewage system. Okay, and extreme weather is also one important problem they will be faced. And next one is unplanned growth of city population and expansion of slum areas. They cause difficulty in expanding developmental works. And not only this, even they will be facing some ethical issues. Okay, what are the ethical issues of anti-encroachment drive? So first one is there is hardship to common people. So the worst hit in the anti-encroachment exercise, which have been the pool of several thousand workers whose livelihood is vanished. Okay, so whenever we are going for anti-encroachment drives, whenever we are coming up with demolishing of the structures, that will causes loss of livelihood of people, that will be affecting their right to work and as well as right to decent living conditions, etc. And there will be also leads to loss of physical assets. So anti-encroachment drive causes destruction of physical structures. So because of this, that will lead to loss of wealth and as well as it will make people homeless. It is also one ethical issue. And next one is especially children and aged people, they will be suffering a lot because children's school schedule get disrupted and old people experience acute shortage of water, sanitation, medicines, etc. So in this way we have both legal and as well as ethical issues. And how some people who are justifying these demolitions, so it is a punitive action. So whenever we are going for demolition of illegal structures that is against an accused person, that can demotivate others to act in the same manner. And next one is free constructed space. So whatever the space which had been decreased or constricted, so with this anti-encroachment drives, we can increase the space. And next one is to avoid interfaith tensions. So illegal constructions are used to create religious structures. Later the same structures can become a backbone for contentions among the groups. And this one is it can also increase the revenue of authority. Okay, and these are some important points that you have to know regarding this article. And now let us go back to the page again and let us see the next article. Directly you can move on to this editorial page. So don't waste your time in reading unnecessary or irrelevant articles. Okay, so in this editorial page we have two important articles. So first one is charting a path for population committee. So what are the dimensions that you have to think? So you know that recently in our interim budget, our government, central government said that we are going to come up with HPC, High Powered Population Committee, to see issues of population growth. So High Powered Committee said that we are going to see the issues of population growth. So now let us see some dimensions that you have to think. So you have to think like what exactly is the meaning of population, and you have to see the data of population in India, but we don't have the new data. Okay, so you have to see 2011 data, and you have to see what is this TFR, this total fertility rate, and you have to see like in this total fertility rate you have to see what is this TFR and what is this TFR in northern states and the southern state. So why TFR is high in northern states, and you have to see what are the measures taken by government. You have to see what are the measures taken by the government. So these are the dimensions from only TFR point of view. Okay, so you have to see from this population growth, especially from GS1. Okay, you will be reading this population growth theories. So there are three theories you have to see. The very important one is Malthusian theory, and you have to see like population growth pyramids. Okay, or you can call them as age pyramids. Okay, so in your geography you will be studying also national population policy, that can also relevant here. You have to see what is this national population policy, and even what are the advantages and disadvantages of this population growth. So all these are dimensions that you have to read just from population growth. And now let me change the color of pen, and I have to say about this HPC. So you have to see like what is this HPC and who are members of this HPC and what are the challenges in our population system and what measures can be taken. Okay, so this article which mainly talked about what are the challenges and what are the measures, that's it. But these all are the dimensions that you have to cover when you are reading this article. I hope it is very much clear, right? So if you understand like what you have to read from article point of view, hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. Okay, now let us see the notes part of this article. So this article is talking about high-powered committee on population. So the announcement in interim budget. So in interim budget, central government announced that we are going to come up with a high-powered committee, and we are going to extensively consider challenges arise from this rapid population growth and demographic changes. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said, and actually here this committee which is going to give the recommendations regarding how to address the challenges of this population growth with the goal of Viksit Bharat. So this is the aim, and this is about the introduction regarding that HPC. So if you are talking about the status of demographic changes in India, so talking about population growth, the fertility rate in India has reached the level where 2 parents are being replaced by 2 children. That means there is significant decline. And next one is workforce changes. So data shows that about 33% of India's population who are between 20 to 29 years in 2024 by 2047, and the proportion of younger and older working age population will be just 28%. So this is also one important cause of concern. And if you see the state-wise variations, in 2021 in Bihar, okay, we have 44 working age adults and they supported 100 dependents. So in Tamil Nadu there are 50 adults, they are supporting the same. And next one is in 2051, so this number is to change to 47 in Bihar and as well as 28 in Tamil Nadu. So because here the TFR rate in southern state is less compared to that of northern states. Okay, next one is women in workforce is also very much less. So here a study which showed that in 1993 women spent about 14 years in child care, which reduced to 8 years by 2021, and this hasn't led to the higher rate of women in the workforce. So women participation in this workforce is very less. And what are the challenges that we have in the demographic changes in India? So first one is state specific demographic shifts. For example, the states like Bihar, Tamil Nadu, demographic changes are very much distinct. And if you are comparing with 2021, the Bihar had 44 working age adults supporting 100 dependents, and Tamil Nadu it is 50 dependents. So how there will be the drastical change that is seen in this 2051. And next one is there is also underutilized female workforce. So despite of increasing of female or child care time, women's increased participation in this workforce which hasn't materialized. And even that is linked to the missing the chance to turn a demographic dividend into a gender dividend. So this is also very important point. And next one is resource allocation by 16th Finance Commission. So the commission will need to address the varied demographic changes and dependencies across the different states. and that is impacting this interstate resource distribution. So these are some important challenges, and especially the challenges which are given in this article here is, the first one is health. So there is no quality of healthcare in India and even education also. So what are the public spending we are doing in this health sector? It is just around 1% of our GDP. So because of this, author says that we need more policies and we have to especially prioritize on health promotion and also to allocate greater finances to health infrastructure, and even they are focusing on strengthening of primary healthcare centers, especially in the rural areas as well. And not only that, here we have to focus on other issues like malnutrition, stunting, anemia, etc. And even they are facing that is hunger insecurity, and even they are impairing this physical and cognitive development. So because of all these things, yes, okay, we need to take some steps. So even according to UNICEF, 47% of Indian youth, they may lack necessary education. So here, because of that, they will not have the skills. So here, skill development initiatives, whatever which are present in our country, so they ought to be very much essential. So with this skill development programs, we can reduce unemployment rate and also we can increase this productivity. So this is about this topic. And now let us see next topic, and I will be giving you the dimensions. R&D spend, golden intervention or smoke and mirrors. So this article is very, very important. And now let us see some dimensions regarding this topic. So it is talking about funding in research and development. So this article is important from GS paper 3 under economy, and also from your science and technology point of view. Okay, so here you have to see what is the corpus fund. And why government want to improve its investments in this R&D. So even you can think about role of private sector. Okay, you have to see about role of private sector and why. Okay, so what are the advantages? So all these are very, very important points regarding this R&D in, okay, funding in this R&D. So now let us see the notes part. So before that, I want to give you one question. So what is the reason why government need to spend in R&D? Okay, think and let me know. In the meanwhile, I will have some water. Done? I have severe cold, even I can't even talk. So can be active, okay? Even though my voice is not, I am trying to teach you. So please do adjust for today. Okay. So why it is in news? Because our Union Finance Minister in interim budget, that is budget before the polls, a corpus fund of rupees 1 lakh crore will be established. Okay, and it is providing the long term financing or refinancing with long tenors or low or nil interest rates to encourage the private sector. So especially government is encouraging this private sector to enter into research and development technology. And even they announced a new scheme, and this scheme which is focusing on strengthening of deep technology capabilities. That too in which sector? In defense sector. So now let us see what is this deep technology. Yeah, so this is deep technology. So what is this exactly? So deep technology refers to advanced and disruptive technologies, and they have the potential to cause transformative change and to provide solutions for the future. So in this way, if you are investing in this deep technology, then you will be having good future. So it is used to describe cutting edge research in nanotechnology, biotechnology, material sciences, quantum technology, semiconductors, even artificial intelligence, data sciences, robotics and 3D printing. So all these things are present in this R&D nanotechnology. So if we are talking about what is the importance of this deep technology, so these technology that will be helpful to address complex issues, okay, like climate change issue, hunger, epidemics, okay, digital infrastructure, cyber security, physical mobility and as well as energy access. So all these things will be important. And this one is they can also enhance the productivity. They can also enhance the productivity and as well as drive economic growth, and even that will be helpful for creation of jobs in many years. And there are also other benefits like spin-off technology, and we will be having trained manpower, entrepreneurs and as well as technological experts. So all these will be present. And if you see what are the main provisions of this deep technology startup policy. Yes, this is also very important. This policy which seeks to address specific challenges which are faced by technological startups, and even that will be helpful for providing them with a platform to compete and collaborate with best in the world. And also talks about the things like create opportunities, okay, for long-term funding. And next one is we have to simplify but stronger intellectual property rights, and we have to focus on this tax incentives, and we have to focus on this conducive regulatory framework and development of some standards and as well as certifications, and even nurturing of talent. And we can also focus on linkages between industry, research and as well as centers, okay, centers and even education institutions. So these are some important things that you have to remember. And this one is what are the challenges in functioning of this DTP, that is deep technology, okay, projects. So here the capital investment sector, the first one is most deep technology products. They are time taking and as well as money taking, they are money incentive. So with this relatively high funding requirements. And this one is India's low expenditure on this R&D. So it is far below the global average, and significantly it is very much less than the scientifically advanced communities. And this India GDP currently spends, okay, so in India is currently spending about 0.65% of GDP. Okay, now we are coming up with increasing of this GDP, okay, spending on this R&D, and global average is 1.8%. And even some more issues like there is lack of private sector participation. So expectations of the infusion of private sector money into research, they have been disappointing. And this one is bureaucratic delays. So even where the funds are available, so delays and interruptions is causing. Okay, and there is a complex bureaucratic system or requirements to contribute the delays. Okay, and I want to give you one mains question for the practice. That is very easy. What is deep technology? And mention its applications and as well as challenges. It's very easy, okay. So try to write answer for this question. And now let us move back to the page. Yes, here you can see one interesting image. Yeah. So this is a view of snow-covered houseboat in Dal Lake. So where is Dal Lake is located in? Srinagar. So this week's snowfall ended long dry spell in Kashmir, bringing cheer among residents and tourists. So this is much awaited snowfall followed in the driest and warmest January in 43 years. So this article is very important, and now let us see some dimensions. Okay, let us see some facts regarding this Dal Lake. So where is this located? So Dal Lake is in Srinagar. So it is the summer capital of Jammu and Kashmir. So it is surrounded by Pir Panjal mountains and is integral part to tourism and recreation in Kashmir. Okay, and it is also named as jewel of the crown of Kashmir or Srinagar's jewel. So it also spread across the area of around 26 square kilometers. Again, it is the second largest lake in Jammu and Kashmir. So please let me know which is the first largest lake in Jammu and Kashmir. So the shore line of lake is about 15.5 kilometers. Okay, and it is encompassed by a bowl lined with Mughal era gardens. So we have Mughal era gardens, parks, and as well as houseboats. So during the winter season, the temperature will be very, very low. It even reaches 12 degrees Fahrenheit. That will lead to freezing of the lake. So lake is part of national vegetation and it covers 21.1 square kilometers, including the floating gardens. And even we have rad, okay, blossoms with lotus flowers, and during this months of July and August. And these wetlands, they are divided by the causeways into 4 basins. We have Gargi Bal, Lokut Bal, Bird Bal, and as well as Nagin. Okay, so these are some important things that you have to remember. And now let us go back to page. Yes, in this text and context are 2 important articles. So first one is the Paytm Payments Bank debate. So now let us see this topic in detail. So context says that as of now, RBI, Reserve Bank of India, barred, means stopped its payments bank subsidiary, that is Paytm Payments Bank Limited, and they also obtaining the further deposits and top ups in its accounts or wallets. So because of this, RBI barred its movements from this bank. So if you see the details, it says that RBI has disallowed this Paytm subsidiary from accepting further deposits. Okay, so their top ups or credit transactions into its operated wallet or accounts from February 29 onwards. And this also applies as it prepaid instruments. They are like fast tags and national common mobility cards. So they will be also taken off. And next one is Paytm informed that it would be now working with other banks. So if I am not working under RBI, I can work under another bank. And next topic is about rice prices has been increased in market. It is one of cause of concern for especially the poor people. So now let us see this topic in detail. So Indian government recently made it mandatory for the traders, for the wholesalers and retailers, and as well as millers to declare their respective rice stocks. So if you see the details, it says that the government has also allowed bunch or lunch of, so if here government came with a new scheme, that new scheme is Bharat Rice. So under this Bharat Rice, government want to decrease the price of rice, that's it. So here in the year 2022 to 2023, India produced 135 million tons of rice. Okay, and previous years it is just 62.34 lakhs. That means more than half had been decreased. And here it also says that southern states, which are also major dependent on the rice, or they are rice consuming states, so they are said to have suffered a drop in paddy production because of inadequate rainfall. And even Tamil Nadu also production had been dropped by 30%, and even the Karnataka also 25% of decline in this produce. So the retail price of rice has increased by 14.51% in the last 1 year. And the price of some varieties increased by just ₹10 more than earlier price. And as of now, there are about 430 varieties of rice which are produced in the country. And because of this inflation, this rice, so it is very high time for the people to pick up the rice. Okay, so these are some important things, and you have to see like what are the measures which are already taken by the government. So here it has also launched the retail sale of Bharat Rice. The first one is retail sale of Bharat Rice. So under which the kg rice will be given for ₹29. So apart from that, here export of broken rice has been banned in recently in the month of September 2022. And even government imposed 20% of duty on this para-boiled rice as well. And even non-basmati exports, white rice exports, they also put under the prohibited category from July 2023 onwards. So these are some important facts that you have to remember regarding this topic. And now let us go back to our page. So I discussed these two articles, right? And now let us move on to this news page. Here you can see one keyword, that is Center to Scrap Free Movement Regime with Myanmar, says Union Home Minister. Okay, so actually we have to know India-Myanmar border. Okay, so here this article is talking about free movement regime. So why we have to close that? So now let us see some dimensions. So this article is talking about free movement regime. So between which and which countries? So now it is between India and Myanmar. It is about India and Myanmar. So I will rub it and I will write it again. So you have to say states which are sharing boundary with Myanmar. First one. So you have to know what is this meaning of free movement regime. That means, for example, let us consider this is a boundary between India and Myanmar. So here we have India and here we have Myanmar. So till 16 kilometers here and till 16 kilometers here. So people from this area, they can easily move across the border. There is no need of visa. Clear? So this is about this free movement regime. Okay, so here our Home Ministry recommended that immediate suspension of the regime. So why it is important? It is very important, especially for the tribal people. Okay, so this allowed the tribal people along the border on the both sides to cross with a few restrictions. Okay, so immediately we can go for suspension, but if the tribal people who are facing this problem means, so they can have the few restrictions. So this is the thing which mainly said. And why we are coming up with this blocking? Because of our security concerns, to secure our borders. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said here. Yeah, now let us move on to next topic. Yes, next topic is very important. It is about India's Kaladan project in Myanmar in limbo as rebels control key town. So again, very important topic. It is about Kaladan multimodal project. It is talking about Kaladan multimodal project. So now let us see this article in detail. So as you all know that this Kaladan multimodal project, which is talking about improving of connectivity between India and Myanmar, especially to improve connectivity with the mainland India with northeastern part of our country. So it is one of the India's flagship connectivity project, and it is aiming to enhance road and as well as maritime connection with Southeast Asia, okay, and as well as our northeastern states. So this Kaladan multimodal transport project, it is almost died, because now this Myanmar is in control of military. So it had been 3 years completed. So Myanmar was under this military junta. It has been 3 years completed. So here our authorities are saying that so this project is almost dead because it is under Arakan army. Okay, you have to know about what is this project, and you can see the details of that project in the second line. So Kaladan project, which is estimated to cost around $500 millions, and it is delayed for multiple reasons. For example, Rohingya crisis, which had been erupted in year 2017. Okay, and now this Myanmar military is ruling this Myanmar. Okay, and we have lots of differences between this Myanmar junta and as well as Indian government. Okay, and there are some issues with this Buddhist Arakanese population as well. Okay, so because of all these things, now we can say like this is almost a died project. Okay, now let us move on. And most of the articles are political articles. Don't focus on that political articles much. Yes, here you can see one small article that is about launch next phase of smart cities mission. Okay, so whenever you are seeing any scheme is in news, that is very important. So it is talking about smart cities mission. You have to see what is this mission, what are the features or provisions. You have to see what are the advantages and what are the challenges. And even you have to see whether it is a central sector or centrally sponsored scheme, whether it is central sector or centrally sponsored scheme, and you have to see which ministry is dealing with this. Okay, so these are very, very important. And if you move on in this world page, I found nothing much important in our today's paper. Yes, in business page, you can see one very important article. It is talking about MPC. It is not Maths, Physics and Chemistry group of Inter. It is Monetary Policy Committee. So, Monetary Policy Committee holds rates, sees financial 2025 inflation easing to 4.5% and the growth will be at 7%. So, this article is talking about economic growth in financial 2025. So, here there are some dimensions that you have to think about. So, you have to see about what is this Monetary Policy Committee. You have to see what is this Monetary Policy Committee, and it is under RBI. So, what is the role of this Monetary Policy Committee? And you have to see who are the members and what is a mandate. So, all these are very, very important, and especially you have to know about committee decisions. Like we have accommodative monetary policy, or also called as expansionary monetary policy. And next one is constrictive monetary policy. You have to know what is this exactly. So these are the very important dimensions that you have to think. And this article is important from your GS paper 3 under economy. And you can expect both prelims and as well as mains question. Okay, so these are the very important dimensions that you have to know. Okay, so these are the very important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. That's all, nothing more, nothing less. So don't read irrelevant articles and don't waste your time. So there will be not more than 6 to 8 articles every day in your newspaper which are relevant from our examination point of view. Okay, that's all. And if you want to download the notes of this class, you can join the Telegram channel. The link is given in description box. So this is Rathods IAS classes Telegram channel where we are posting the notes. Okay, download here. And this is Rathods IAS Academy YouTube channel. Please do subscribe to this channel. And this is our website Rathods IAS Academy, and prelims is very much near. And if you have any tension or any problem with any other subject, you can take the courses that we are offering. Okay, so these are the wide range of courses that we are offering in Rathods IAS. So if you want to watch the demo videos, click on play course and you can watch the 3 demo videos. And the price of all these courses will be not more than 3,000 rupees. And if you see history, we are providing about 140 hours of classes, and economy is 110 hours of classes, and each and everything from basic level they had been taught. Okay, you can take those courses so that it will be very helpful for the students who are writing this year prelims. And one more thing is we are launching online and offline foundational course. So if you want to take that, yes, you can call me on this number 8074765513. And one more thing is from February 15th onwards we will be available on our offline branch which is in Ashok Nagar. So if you want to talk to me and if you want to get the mentorship, so please come and contact me in the office, and I will be giving you the address soon. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the class. So if you really like the class, hit the like button, and please do share this class with your friends, and do subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. And thank you very much for watching.